again with the BTC sessions. I am here in Hong Kong, and can you please tell our audience who you are and I guess your title?
Hi, my name is Arthur Hayes, and I'm the CEO of BitMex, the Bitcoin Mercantile Exchange.
How long have you been here with BitMex?
So we've been building BitMex since January 2014, and I've been in Hong Kong since 2008.
First, for the people who don't know you, can you give us a little bit about yourself, where you get started as far as education, maybe previous work, and where you've come from?
Sure. So I moved to Hong Kong in 2008 after doing my undergrad at University of Pennsylvania at the Wharton Business School, where I got a finance degree. I came out here and worked for Deutsche Bank and Citibank on the equity derivatives desk doing market making for exchange traded funds here in Asia.
Awesome.
2013 I got into Bitcoin, started trading it, and then got hooked and decided that I wanted to start my own business, and then found my co-founders in January 2014, and we started building BitMex.
Awesome. And so here you are. All right. What was it that drove you to Bitcoin? What did you see that you said, okay, well, I want to get involved in this space?
I saw an opportunity to basically remake how financial services was done, and I don't think this type of opportunity comes along very often. So I figured I might as well jump in and try to make something of it. You only really see these sort of monetary shifts, once every 100, 200 years.
Yeah.
So I think we're on the cusp of something really special here.
Yeah. So what are the advantages that Bitcoin has that might be holding you back in traditional finance?
So I think Bitcoin and the broader digital currency space presents an opportunity for the 80% of the world who doesn't really access financial products to sort of now be either banked, sending money to their friends and their family, or even trading different types of investment products.
Yeah.
The large banks, as we know, don't want small customers.
Yeah.
They're actively trying to reduce the amount of retail customers that they have because it's too expensive for them to service them. So I don't think digital currencies is a direct competition to large banks, because large banks don't want the customers that digital currencies can actually empower.
Yeah, yeah, and it's something that is potentially accessible to everybody, right? I've heard statistics saying that more people have cell phones than running water and working toilets, things like that. So it is really opening up the world of finance to the entire globe, and a lot of people don't realize how cut off so many people in the world are. There's obviously a lot of opportunity in this space, but what roadblocks or challenges do you see in the space coming up? And do you see solutions on the horizon? Are you working towards some yourself? What do you see here?
I think the biggest issue with digital currencies is liquidity. So a lot of people say, oh, this is great technology, I think it could solve XYZ problem, but it's just not liquid enough for our particular business to get involved. I think the solution to that is time, and the fact that the price moves a lot, because it creates headlines, whether it's going up or it's going down. What we don't want is for Bitcoin or digital currencies to be forgotten by the press and the average person. So the actual volatility, I think, helps, because it keeps Bitcoin in the mind space of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then that encourages them to go out and research it, and maybe they'll go and buy a little bit of Bitcoin or some other digital currency, and that's how the whole, I think, revolution will begin.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as far as the types of people that you've seen coming over to use your platform, are you seeing all kinds? Are you seeing professional day traders, or who are you seeing that is using your product?
So I think the market's bifurcated into 95% of our users are retail traders, mostly come from a technology background, computer science. They sort of understand the mechanics of Bitcoin. I know they own some of it. They want to speculate on Bitcoin and some of the other digital currencies. Then you have about 5% of the customers who are probably ex-Wall Street guys. They recognize that this is a completely new way to trade, and they can apply some of the same methodologies that they would use on a traditional market to Bitcoin, and I find that quite exciting. And you find them as more of the liquidity providers. They might not believe so strongly that Bitcoin will succeed or will fail, but they recognize it's a great trading opportunity. They provide a lot of liquidity on our exchange and a lot of other exchanges around the world.
A lot of people viewing my videos, they're new to the Bitcoin space. So I was wondering if you could possibly give them some tips from somebody who's we'll say a veteran in the space. It doesn't take too many years to be a veteran in the Bitcoin space, but you do have a lot of experience here. So the first thing I'd love for you to recommend to any of our viewers is, where can they find some resources or anything just to get themselves learning, a good place to get some basic information on Bitcoin?
I think Reddit's a great place for that, if you're English speaking. There's always people who are trying to simplify Bitcoin. They're always posting Bitcoin 101, either podcasts, YouTube videos, slide shares. So there's a lot of community members who are committed to making it easier for people to understand what this is all about, and you'll hear a lot about that on Our Bitcoin on Reddit, and I think that's a great resource for English-speaking people who want to learn about Bitcoin.
That's where I'm always perusing through to see what the latest news is, because as soon as something happens, it's right up there. So, what about wallets? As far as easy to use, user-friendly, maybe even something a little bit more complicated for those that have been playing around with stuff, what wallets do you like to use, and what do you like to recommend?
I think blockchain.info. They have a mobile app. They also have the desktop version. Very user-friendly. Mycelium. I don't know if it's an iOS, but they do have an Android app, which is very easy to use. Bread Wallet, I think, is iOS. iOS only. Those are some of the most popular wallets. If you want to get a little bit more technical, there's Armory, which you can run on a desktop version. There's no mobile version of that. If you want to get into multi-signature, cold storage, that sort of stuff, Armory is a great resource for that. And they also have a blog post that will walk you through exactly how to set everything up.
Okay, awesome. Just recently in the news, we had BitMex. They got hacked, and what was this? Everybody got a 30-something% haircut on their deposits because you can't just print more money into existence with Bitcoin. So when funds get stolen, they're gone. So what tips and tricks do you have for anybody new as far as good safety practices for keeping your funds safe and secure?
So if you're just looking to buy and hold Bitcoin, you just want to experiment with Bitcoin, after you purchase Bitcoin on one of the large exchanges, you should never hold that Bitcoin on that exchange. You should use one of the wallet solutions that I just mentioned and learn how to secure your own Bitcoin. The big power about this whole digital currency industry is that you can become your own bank, and if you follow best security practices, two-factor authentication, strong passwords, you are not a large target of someone to be hacked. If you look at what's happened in terms of exchanges getting hacked, they hold a lot of money that's available to be sent to customers on an instant basis, and that's what the hackers routinely go after. So you can remove yourself from that whole situation by holding the Bitcoin yourself once you acquire them.
Awesome.
Now, if you are more of a day trader type, then you want to think about using leverage. So especially on BitMex, we offer high leverage trading products. So you only have to keep a small fraction of your total principal with us, and then that reduces your counterparty risk.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you used personally any hardware solutions or anything like that, or do you mostly use just digital wallets?
I used a Trezor wallet a few years ago. I know Ledger. I think Ledger has a nice hardware wallet that's out there right now. There's a lot of companies that have come up with some very good-looking, sleek solutions out there.
So Arthur, I just want to say thank you so much for having me. I shot you an email not knowing if I would hear anything back. You got back to me quickly. You invited me into your office and everything, and I really do appreciate you inviting some Canadian kid to come check out your stuff here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
And can you tell everybody one more time your name, where we can find you, and all that good stuff?
So Arthur Hayes, CEO of BitMex. You can find us at www.bitmex.com.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time for the BTC sessions.
As good as the day I met you, I forget just why I left you. I was insane.